if what you need in this space not on that presentation, I'm gonna write to you. How do you feel when you get a bad hand?
Mad.
How do you feel? Do you ever blame somebody when you get a bad hand? Is that the dealer's fault? You didn't shuffle good. Yeah, you didn't shuffle good. Like, let's do it again. You know, my daughter, they sabotage me or something like that. You feel sometimes you have emotions behind your hands, right? And sometimes you express and sometimes you have that, like, that feeling that you feel, right? And then sometimes you get this good hand, and what's your look when you get that good hand?
You feel like you can take over the world.
Ego. I mean, it's like you feel confident, you feel strong, you feel empowered, right? Do we have control over the hand that we're dealing? Okay. We're going to take the cards that have been given to us, right, and use them to the best of my ability, right? Because I've had a bad hand before, guys, and I've won. Yes. Because it's being strategic. Yeah. Not strategic is what it is. So in this space, it's no room for excuses because I got a bad hand. So when you underreport your income, guess where you're hurting? Hurting myself.
In your life, that 80-20 rule, whatever you put 80% towards, that's what's the secret for everybody. So now I gotta try to find some balance because my life is unbalanced. A lot of ways. I went through menopause, raising a grandson at 2 years old and 54 years old, God help me. Moving. It was a lot of things that I had on my plate that I could not shuffle out. But then you gotta have community and safe space and find that newness, find a new way of doing things. Now, going back on myself, I was asked at the airport one time before, he said, when you look in the mirror, what do you see? I said, I see me. He said, no. When you look in the mirror, what do you see? He said, you see a generation. You see your daughters. You see behind you what you're doing. So you're not just looking at you because how you carry yourself, your daughters are looking at you. Your son is looking at you. Your clients are looking at you. Your guests are looking at you. Your co-workers are looking at you. So when you look in the mirror, you're not just looking at yourself. You're looking at who's looking at you. You got that? Who's
those who have other businesses? You like any other? Y'all just do this? Y'all spouses got other businesses? All right, so think about that. There's so much you can connect with as a vendor, whether it's plumbing, electrical, catering. If you got your own school, come on now. They'll send the veterans to you and pay you. Now sometimes the money come a little slow, but it's coming. But it's guaranteed, okay? What did you do?
Can I go?
Come on. Listen, I'm going to hold your hand through this process. What did you do? Are you marketing yourself? Did you reach out to the VA? Did you send them your pamphlet? Okay, did you set up a you see what I'm saying? Okay, what company you need? All right, what are the requirements? Because see, every state is different. You see what I'm saying? But I'm going to walk you through it because I'm like, okay, we're going to mastermind this thing together.
There's a hot summer day, and there's this little dude, and he's watching cartoons on this day. His mom and dad have left, and they said, hey, you are in charge. Watch your two brothers, and don't mess up this house. Matter of fact, make sure the kitchen clean and all the bedroom straight. And so this guy is in charge, about 10 or 12 years old. He's watching Popeye. And Popeye has muscles, and when he hits his spinach, he gets power. But Popeye had like these tattoos on his arm. And this little boy says, you know what? I want muscles one day, and I want to be like Popeye, so I need to get my tattoo. And so he's a very creative dude, and he know he didn't have no tattoo things, but he could brand himself, a coat hanger, and took the part where the hook is, and he curved that into a C, and then he got in his mama's office and found these big giant paper clips, the big ones, not the small ones, the big ones, and made a B out of that, and then he turned on the stove, turned it on hot. He's just 10, you know what I'm saying? He don't know he should turn it on low, but he turned on hot because that lets him know it's hot, and he put that C. make a coat hanger on top of that stove, and he waited till it turned red, and then he turned the stove off, cooled it off a little bit, then he took it with his 2 fingers and placed it on his arm, and he burnt a C in his arm. Then he took the B, but he was about to fall out with it. He's about to fall out with the C, but he's committed. And he took the B, took those 2 fingers, and he placed it right there and made a B. But the B is, it's long. So he really didn't burn the B in too well. He tried his best. And this dude had C and B on his arm. But I tell you that story because that little boy was me.
Good evening, y'all. Good evening. It is Transformation Tuesday. We ain't been live since last week. We coming live because we got a lot to talk about tonight, y'all. Trichology, money, and mastery. Why playing small is costing you big. Yeah. I got a little tribe with me tonight, and we gonna tag team y'all, try to give you some of this goodness. So I really suggest that you get your notepad out and go grab you a pen, because I got some geniuses on this platform with me tonight that's going to drop those gems, and potentially once they say the things that they're going to say, it may spark you to want to align with them for your business. So I am Kai Smith, also known as your hair loss advocate. I am the founder of the American Academy of Hair and Scalp Diseases, where we certify beauty pros to become functional trichologists. And I am also the owner of the Virtual Hair Loss Clinic, Hair Loss Management Center of Houston, where I service women globally, supporting them with hair loss recovery. I am an author. I am a mother. I am a wife, and I am a lover of God. And so tonight, I just want to give it to you straight, as I always do. So you can definitely count on that. So come on in, share this with your friends, put your seatbelt on, because we're about to ascend to a space where success is the necessary. So let's get started. I want to first tell you a little bit about this tribe. This tribe, they hold their own. I have a marketing specialist coming on with me, Mr. Chris Bond, also known as the Brand Daddy. I have Miss Micheline Barber coming on. She is the founder and visionary of Impulse Summit and Impact Beauty. I have Miss Tam H2O, it's like water, coming from South Carolina. Oh yes. She's going to talk to you guys about that multiple streams of income. And then I have Miss Marche Mayfield giving it up to us, letting us know how to get those dollars straight so that you don't just look like money, but you can actually go to the bank and see all your money. So listen, how y'all doing tonight?
Great.
Amazing.
Hello.
It's good.
Doing great.
All the time.
All right, y'all ready for this conversation?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
This is actually the starter conversation of what's getting ready to take place next week at IDBTC. So I'm excited. That you guys have said yes again to the space of IDBTC, because as a thought leader in the beauty industry, I don't think that it's just one thing we need to focus on when we are considering being successful. I think it's well-rounded. And the first thing I think that we need to focus on is the person, because the person is what's got to elevate the business, right? And I think a lot of times what I've learned in my 30 plus years in the beauty industry, and also learn from myself as well, is that sometimes we're not looking at ourselves, we're just looking at our business, and we separate self from business. And then we go hard in the business, but we forget about self. And self is who has to push the business to get the business to become successful, because self is who carries the mindset. Self is the one sitting at the, helm, the CEO. That's the visionary. And if we're not expanding in our vision and we're not aligned, then there's no way we're going to be able to expect expansion. And so with that said, I want to pick your brains tonight. Is that all right for me to pick your brains just to see in your respective area of success and expertise, because it's all under the umbrella of beauty? Like, what are you seeing? Where do you think beauty professionals are playing small and it's costing them big? And I want to position this question for Marche first, because we out here making money. Like, statistics are showing that we are a multi-billion-dollar industry. Yet I encounter a lot of people who say, oh, I can't afford that right now. Oh, I'm gonna have to wait and save my money for that. Oh, I don't know about that. But statistics say we make a lot of money. So where do you think, Marche, we are actually playing small and it's costing us big?
That's a great question. I've worked with many professionals in the beauty industry, and the thing kind that I see the most is mindset. A lot of times we've been grown and taught how to manage money, but it's mismanaging money. And so, in our mindsets and the limited beliefs that we have seen and heard and lived our entire lives, it's hard to make that transition. As you said earlier, separating business from personal. See, the business has its own entity. So I should operate it and create it as its own entity. One of the things that I've seen is that creating revenue is not creating profit. And so when I think that because I'm earning multiple six figures, I have clients in my chair, my books stay filled, I'm creating money. Like, I'm making money, I'm doing big things, I'm making big moves, but that does not create profits in your business. And so at the end of the day, at the end of the week, or at the end of the month or the year, I look back and I look at my accounts and I realize I earned over six figures and I have nothing to show for it. What happened? Where's the mishap? The mishap is my belief. Makes me feel comfortable and confident to say, as long as I got this nice bag, this nice ride, I can show up at these events and these classes, I look good, I feel good about myself. But at the end, do I have a retirement in place? Am I prepared to pay taxes? Am I prepared to operate as a multiple six-figure business owner? Because I have been strategic the entire year with my business. I'm not commingling my funds because I want to look a certain part or position. I'm operating as a CFO, guys, and that is the Chief Financial Officer. It's okay to be that girl at home or that guy at home and look good and feel good, guys. But as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, it's valuable that we operate as CFOs in our business to create sustainability in what we are creating and the legacy that we are leaving. And one of the things you may ask, well, I feel like I'm doing good in life. I feel like things are good, like I'm managing money, okay. But I use this example. If I have to check my bank account before I enter a store or before I choose to go shopping, I have a mismanagement problem. Because if I manage things well, I will be confident in my spendings. I'll be confident when a class is being offered or promoted to me, and I know that I need this to up level in life because I've made decisions as a CFO. I'm able to invest in myself because I've been strategic. I'm not operating in hustle mode. Okay, so I see the styles, they're earning the income, they're making the money, but shifting our mindset from hustle mode to CFOs and to CEOs. And then to pay my taxes to do that.
So you said a lot, and that's factual, actually. And so I want to ask you, you said because I'm earning money, I'm making revenue, doesn't mean like that's big. And then you also said because it's our mindset, it's the belief system. So can you share with us like one of the top negative beliefs or limited beliefs that you think that beauty professionals have as it relates to their money?
The limited belief is, it's so many. One of the top ones I would say the limited beliefs would be I don't know if this would be necessarily a limited belief, but a lot of the mindset that I've seen is that they choose, and it feels like an insecurity to be wealthy, creating wealth and to be rich. It's just saying, I want to make money, but I don't desire to be rich.
Okay.
Do you feel that you are not worthy enough to walk in that status?
That's what I think the limited belief is the value, not because of past experiences. It could be from parents growing up and not having, enough. And so they've never seen wealth. So they don't know what wealth looks like. They've only ever seen parents go to work, make money, and make ends meet. So that is what they know in their mind. But I also feel like a lot of us think that we have this belief system that I need instant gratification because
Right.
I need to see it right now. If it don't look like I have money, then people would think I'm not making money. So it's that instant gratification. And then it's also it's also this thing with the instant gratification, but I worked hard for it, so I deserve it. I worked hard for it, so I deserve it. I'm going to go buy this because I worked for it, so I deserve to go and get this. And so I liken that to a limited belief, because if you really think that you deserve something, you would see the systems that you create to then pay yourself away so that you can have this thing. It doesn't come instantly, because I understand how to allocate my money and what that looks like. So my husband and I talk, and we laugh all the time because we talk about the person that goes in, they get paid, and then they cash their check and all their money is in their pocket. And then when they're out somewhere, they pull all the money out. The perception is that they have all of this money, but it's really all the money that they have. So that's a mindset. I have to look like I have something because I really don't want anybody to know that I don't, because the image makes me feel like I am something if I'm out there looking like a thing for optics. So that's loaded, but that's good.
And also investing in assets that's really, that we feel like is an asset. For example, myself is an asset. My knowledge, my education, that's an asset. So we are putting investments in things that's in my closet that I make and sell, and get $30 on, versus investing in myself and realize that it's a asset that will continue to grow and expand my life and my career forever, something that can't be taken away from me.
Yes.
And so that's very important. So that's allocating funds as a CFO. These are the things that you should be implementing and doing as you plan out your year. Not just saying, I desire to make 6 figures. To do what with it?
Yeah.
Where would you allocate these 6 figures in order to grow and expand your life, your business, and your career?
The one thing that I like about you is that you're an educator. I'm not just actually going to be your CFO. I'm actually re-educating you on how to look at your finances. So that's one of the things that I value and who you are in your business, is that you're actually educating beautypreneurs on what this looks like so that we can build wealth. Because a lot of it is just ignorance, and we like what wealth looks like. So when we don't know what something really is because we've never experienced it, we emulate it. We imitate what we think that thing actually is. And so as a result of that, if we've never been wealthy and we don't know what being wealthy looks like, then we think it's a look. And so then we go after that. Hence all of, our hip hop, scene, all of that, we look like something. So then the younger generations and some of the older generation, we emulate that because we want to look like these celebrities and we want to act like we have, but a lot of those celebrities don't have, and they're acting like they have.
Yes.
It's an image, it's an illusion. And so then we pattern things after these smoke and mirrors that we see on TV, and don't really understand what's really happening behind the scenes, because someone else, the record companies, are funding all of the things that we see. And then if you were to meet one of these stars, you would see that they probably, if they didn't have the record company funding, they probably live less than what you live, And so with that said, we're trying to be something based on a perceived thought, our perception of a thing that leaves us broke. Look big and little still got you. So that's good. So I wanna tap into, I have a whole lot of questions here. We talked about this money. I want to piggyback off of that. And then I want to ask Mitch, why do you feel like most beauty pros stay stuck?
That's a good question. That's something that, we talk about a lot. There's 3 things that we have to look at. value, valuable, and values. Those things may sound alike, but it's three different things that people are looking at. What are you valuable? That's the first thing. When you invest in yourself, we talked about the chicken and the egg, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of times when people are going and say, "Oh, eggs are $8 and a dozen," but we want to look at the egg as the valuable thing, but the chicken is the most valuable thing. It's the thing that needs to produce more and more. Are you that chicken or you that egg that once it's cracked, it's gone? So a lot of times as stylists or beautypreneurs, when we are looking at things, we don't see our value. We don't see the oil. We don't see what we produce and how we can come into this market and dominate once you walk in confidence. Once you change, like she said, the mindset of things, but also we got to see what our mind is set on. Are you set on being that low-hanging fruit, or are you set on being something higher? Once you look at those things, when we look at these celebrities, the first thing we say is, oh, they got it going on. Most of them, like you said, don't even wear real jewelry because they don't want to get robbed, but right. You're not going to question them because you think they have money. So you're going to say they walk around with this thinking, oh, they have it. But the reality is they're living in their means or below their means, which is the smartest thing. So a lot of times we get stuck because we don't feel like we're valuable, that we don't carry value, that there's no value in anything that we do, as far as the products we use to our hands that we use. These things are valuable. Our mouth, our tongue is valuable. You can make or break yourself. And a lot of times we break our own spirits because we are already talking negative. We already said we can't afford that, right, Marcia? We always talk about what we can't do. The can't never could until you try it. Until you drop that T, the can is always there. It's always been in that word the whole time, but we're carrying around that T. The T of somebody else saying what we don't deserve. The T of somebody else saying, girl, if I was you, I wouldn't go there. Ooh, that's expensive. Sometimes people are talking you out of things because they see the value in you. So sometimes you don't stick yourself. You allow other people to stick you. So it's not you sticking yourself. Who's in your corner? Like my pastor said a couple of minutes ago, who are you listening to? Who's in your ear that's telling you what you don't deserve and that you the egg instead of the chicken? So call me a chicken, right? All day long, because I'm going to constantly produce the thing that you are wanting and needing, that egg. For protein, that egg has value in it. So we got to look at what tree are we climbing on, or what thing that we're putting on that we have been stuck, not because of ourselves, but because of somebody's in our ear telling us that we don't deserve it. And we got to stop that. Be careful of who's in your ear, who's in your eye gates, your ear gates, who's around you, who's in your circle, and who needs to drop off. We talked about that earlier. Who has to leave? And it's okay. It's okay if you go, as they said, my mom always said, you're going to go to heaven or hell for yourself. Ain't no doubt about it. Right? They don't put two people in the casket. They only put one. Wow. That I heard of. So doing that, you got to die for yourself. So why not live for yourself? That's part of the issues. We don't like to live for ourselves. We like to live for others and what others think. That if we don't do it, it can't be done. Yes, it can. So that's why we stuck. We get stuck because of things like that.
That's good. That's good. Being the chicken, which is most valuable, and not the egg that's disposable. That's a word in and of itself. Let's look at this mastery over mediocrity. And are you really an expert? Are you really an expert? And so, Tam, I want to talk to you a little bit, because you have managed to develop multiple streams of income under the same umbrella as hair. You have a specific niche about yourself, not just in non-surgical hair replacement, but also with government contracts that you've been able to master. And that's the thing, the uniqueness that you bring to IDBTC, is that now you have learned this new skill set. What are you going to do with it? How are you going to monetize it? If you are a non-surgical hair replacement specialist, what are you going to do with it? Are you maximizing on your earning potential, and maybe not the majority of the percentage of money that you're making is coming from this source, but maybe 20%, maybe 10% of your money is coming from this source. So how would you say becoming diversified, if you will, under the umbrella of the beauty industry has supported you and kept you from falling in the category of mediocrity?
Well, I was one of those that would work up from sun up to sundown, missing time with my family, missing basketball games, all those different things. I already was someone, I've been doing, the government, non-surgical hair replacements since 2013. But I really revved it up when it came down to, as everybody always says, drum roll, COVID. So I'm here, everything shut down. And now, I'm literally was in this office, everything shut down, and I'm still getting my requests for non-surgical hair replacements or units or cranial prosthesis actually went up during when COVID happened. And so while I was sitting here, I was making these units. The Lord just dropped in my spirit, said, teach your brothers and sisters how to be essential. So when everything shut down, the only things that was open were the things that were essential. And so I was considered an essential worker because I'm providing a medical device. So that had helped me with diversifying. Of course, now I travel and I teach. I have the program, Wigging Out program, where I teach and I also coach, because a lot of people will teach this, but then they don't take, like you said in the video, take you by the hand and kind of, pull you along. I've even learned that people have came to me, and this is like multiple people. This is not one individual. Multiple people have came to me and they don't have everything set up business wise. You know what I'm saying? So I've had to even coach in that aspect. Okay, let me help you get your business license. Let me show you where you need to go to get your articles of organization,
Corporation.
your certificate of, existence, those things that like that. So a lot of times a lot of us in this industry, when you talk about playing it small, we just don't have all our ducks in a row. So now we're limiting ourselves from government funding. We're limiting ourselves from grants. We're limiting ourselves. Oh, there's so many things that are offered to minorities. So even when you talk about, I'm showing you how to do, because there's a lot of steps in it. And if you don't have your I's dotted and your T's crossed, you're going to be frustrated. So that's why I say I take you by the hand, stand over you, show you, whether it's virtually, I show you how to log everything in properly. And then I also help coach you along the way on how to actually, to be able to show up. So for me, what has helped me diversify, number one, I've always sold hair, but I sell high grade, high end. I don't sell virgin hair. I hate complaints. So I'm gonna give you the best. You know what I'm saying? I like to sleep good. Okay. My head rests on the pillow good at night. I ain't got time for complaints. So I'm gonna sell high end so I can sleep good. And to be honest with you, because I sell high end, my clients use the hair over and over and over again. Sometimes 2, 3, 4 years. I have clients that still have bundles from 2, 3, 4 years ago. So just even in Kai's class, I give y'all my vendors list. So that's a bag right there. Number one, I give that, and not in Wigging Out class in Houston. I give y'all my vendors list from A to Z.
No cap. That's true.
Number two, I'm not only telling you about the wigs and bundles and closures and all that, right? But also give y'all information on the wigs, non-surgical wigs, where they have the slip grips and all that. And I also show y'all the vendor information for toppers. So from A to Z, whether you're doing hand ties, whether you're doing African American, Caucasian, and anything in between, I'm showing you all that. So that's just said, when you talk about diversifying your portfolio, now I offer not only units just to African Americans, but I offer units to everybody else, because I'm doing, even in that, I teach on mesh integrations. Mesh integrations are really great units to be able to use if you have straight, fine hair. So it's just so many different things. Like I said, number one, teach you about the vendor information. Whether you just want to sell bundles, you're going to get a top tier. Matter of fact, I had a lot of hairstylists in my area. What they used to do is they used to send their clients to me and say, Tim, my so-and-so's going to buy such and such and such. And I would slide them something because I'm like, thank you for the referral. But just for the love, because they knew that I was on my game. This was before everybody started selling bundles. I've been selling bundles since 2012, before it was even popular. So everybody was sending people to me from before. Then I started taking the bundles and I started making wigs. And then I started seeing my clients as I'm becoming a mature client. A mature stylist. So are my clients. And I'll see my clients going through, dealing with hair loss, dealing with lupus, cancer, all these different issues. Everything from CCCA, everything. So I started seeing this, and then I had a client come to me and say, "Hey, I'm a veteran. I think that they offer this." So that's how I embarked on it back in 2013. And I kept it to myself. I ain't really want to tell nobody, but the Lord transitioned some things. He cut my butt a little bit. Said, "Listen, you're gonna teach everybody. Ain't no more gatekeeping." Especially when I saw because I was a salon owner. We talk about, and I had an 8-chair salon, and I saw it really impact everybody else negatively, but not me. I have such a heart for everybody. So I said, you know what, I'm going to start teaching this. And matter of fact, some of the people that actually came to my class were people who were at my salon at first. So again, like I said, it's so many different ways you can go about it. Even when you're dealing with government, that's why I said in the segment, I've been able to even get my husband in the system so he can get contracts for his catering. So there's just so many things.
So this is a thing where it's not just limited to beauty. This is a thing where whatever genius you have, you can see how it aligns with the government, but you have to first have your paperwork in order. So even for beauty professionals, because a lot of us, we're not just limited to our creativity in beauty as beauty professionals. A lot of us have other talents that are outside of beauty as well. So if it's something that aligns with a government need, you can also still qualify for to get money from the government for those things as well. But you said something really, really big before you went into all the ways that you've been able to diversify your income through bundles, wigs, all of the things. You said you need to first have your paperwork together. And I think that's a flip back to Marche, because at the end of the day, we were all, looking to be able to get something during COVID, right? And then this is when it was like came to a screeching halt, because you in hustle mode. You're not in business mode. You don't even have an EIN. You're not even reporting your income to IRS at the end of the day. So you don't even exist as far as the government is concerned. You just making this money. Right?
Exactly.
So it ends up coming back to bite you in the butt, not just from a space of not being able to get PPP money or EIDL money or whatever money you're trying to get, grant money. It comes back and it bites you in the butt because, again, I'm going to piggyback off of what Marche said, limited beliefs, because you see yourself too small. So it's costing you big because you can't even fit into the infrastructure of what mainstream is looking for, what government is looking for. You can't even go into the bank and ask the bank for money for you to actually build upon another vision that you have. All of these things play a role in how we build. And I think for me, that's the biggest thing that really, really saddens me about our industry, is that we're out here looking big, but if you really came home with some people, they look real small. When you really start having conversations, they look real small. So for me, if we're in a multi-billion-dollar industry and I'm saying, come sign up for IDBTC, this is a $3,800 investment in your career. And by the time you leave, you will leave with understanding how to make hand over fist that money back, and you can't even take advantage of it. And the only thing that's separating you from that opportunity is your money. But we're in a multi-billion-dollar industry. That makes absolutely no sense to me, because You have too much to offer the industry to not be able to go out there and make a buck. And at the end,
And that's
so
real.
we're losing big time through our mindset. And just like Marche said, being in hustle mode, making a lot of revenue, but you're not making a profit. So you're spending your money day by day. When I was in the industry behind the chair, I would never spend money in the same week that I made it, because it had to be accounted for so that I can actually see the fruit of my labor, instead of trying to figure out, oh, this vendor came in, this person came in, I ate lunch off of it every day. I did all of these. No, I had to have a system so that I can account for my money. I knew how much I brought in checks. I knew how much I brought in credit card transactions, and I knew how much I brought in cash. All of that had to balance out. When I balanced on Mondays before I went to the bank, it had to balance to a T. And then I allocated money for the next week. So I think it's our mindset for sure that's keeping us small. I wanna bring Chris into this conversation, because we know how to do a lot. We spend so much time chasing something. We spend a lot of time chasing something. And let me bring context to what I'm saying. We spend a lot of time chasing. We go to all the haircutting classes. We go to all the hair coloring classes. We go to the new weed technique class. We spend a lot of time chasing it, but we spend less time marketing and learning how to really monetize it. So, Chris, what is the biggest thing that you see in your agency that separates a person from their craft and how to actually put it out to the masses? Because just because you know how to do something real good does not translate into good marketing expertise. So where do you feel like there is a big struggle between you actually getting a blueprint for that person to tell a story about their brand?
I got 5 things. I got 5 things that playing it small. If we go back to the top of, your initial question, how this industry is playing it small and could be crippling their career because of their limited visibility in these 5 areas. Kai, y'all write this down. Somebody write this down in the chat. Y'all put this down. The first one is neglecting personal branding. Somebody write it in the chat. Neglecting personal branding, because we're so used to, when they walk out of here, they're going to tell somebody about their hair. Well, you're so used to, when they go to church Sunday, somebody going to ask them, who do your hair? And then they going to tell them, I did it. And they going to want to come and you sit in my chair the next week. And that's out the door. That's dinosaur age branding. Neglecting personal branding is number 1. Underutilizing digital platforms. Oh my goodness. Y'all number 1 for this, ladies. I ain't finna get on Facebook and tell all my business. I don't know how to do all that social media stuff. I don't know computer stuff. And so we shy away from it because we're afraid to learn new technology. And again, you're putting yourself at a disadvantage, because that's all it's about to be, is about pushing buttons. Y'all see what Elon Musk finna do? He putting robots out, for God's sake. Yep. Number 3, y'all putting it in the chat, right? Sticking to outdated strategies. Come on, man. We gotta adapt new, innovative ways. These young people, and y'all get upset with these young folks because they out here and they promoting themselves, but they got bonnets on, and they got the room that they doing hair in is got all kind of shoes and dishes in the sink, but they books is stacked.
Not dishes in the sink though.
They books is stacked, baby. They getting their money, because they're using, or they're into the new strategies. And before you say this for these young folks, please don't say that. If you want to stay in business, you've got to adapt their mindset. We talked about that soon as we came on as well. So let me go these 4 before I go to the last 2. These 3. You neglecting personal branding, y'all write that down. underutilizing digital platforms. Y'all got that right. And sticking to outdated strategies. Last two, and I'm out of here. Inconsistent messages. And this is Kai Smith all day. Inconsistent message. If you don't have a cohesive brand, what you talking about? If people can't turn on your channel and know that I know exactly what Kai's finna talk about. She's finna talk about hair loss. And she's not only talking about hair loss, but she's going to talk about it. And here's where I lose you at, Kai. She's going to go into the metabolical, the scientific.
I'm done.
That's what Kai Smith does. She does metabolicals and discombolical bionic man stuff. That's what she do. Number 5. Y'all write this down. This is the last one. Limited engagement and content. Limited engagement. Well, you put some content out, but you don't go back and say thank you. You don't go back and say, hey, for more information, you can come check me out. Oh, that's real cute. Thank you. 3 words will continue to push that post in the algorithm. I know that for IG and for Facebook. And then you're limiting yourself on content. You want to say, well, I posted something yesterday, and then you don't come back until next week. Can we at least get maybe 2-3 posts out of you? I'm not asking you to do 2, 3, 4 a day. I'm just saying, throughout the week. If you are a real business, if you really want to stay out here and continue to scale, let's start with just being consistent with 3 posts a day. I'm done, Kai. I hope that was helpful to whoever.
That was good. That was good.
I just got to say something. That is so good because people will take my class and then they wonder why they're not getting the non-surgical hair replacement. But you scroll on and you just see a whole bunch of everything. You see you got the fan out, your cowboy dancing, you got, all of this other stuff. You're showing that you're going to the gym. You're showing that you're doing, all this other stuff. But when they go on your page, they see nothing that pertains to you doing non-surgical hair replacements. So explain to me how you're going to get a client to come to you that says, hey, I have cancer. I have insurance. My insurance covers X, Y, Z, when they don't even know this is what you provide. Yeah. So you spend all this money and you sit with me and I give you I drop dime after dime after dime, and then you don't do anything with it. And this is what happens in our industry. Whether people come to Kai's class, Kai's gonna give you so much information. She gonna tell you about the stuff that's going on in your scalp. I don't want to say what it is because I need you to get to IDBTC, but she's gonna teach you how to recognize what's going on, and she's gonna give you some products that's gonna change the trajectory of your bank if you use it right.
That's it.
But how many? I can see people that that was sitting in class with me. I don't see none of them promoting it, and I'm like, why? That's a gold mine. I know from the kit that Kai gave me, I made $1,600. Why? Because I was promoting it. Wow. I'll post about it. I show pictures. You see what I'm saying? I'd have spent off of that and then created my own class from it. But we sit back and we want people to teach you the class plus turn the wheel too. No, you got to put that work in. And that one of the biggest work is just changing your mindset. And you want things to just fall in your lap. No, you got to work. You got to work hard for this.
But the thing is that mindset is the biggest struggle. We're going to go to a break real quick, so hold on to yourself. Share this out. We're talking about Trichology, money, and mastery, why playing small is costing you big as a beauty professional. We'll be right back, you guys. it's nothing but love in that space at IDBTC. That's one of the things that I really honestly love about what it is that God is doing through me in that space, is that there is a connection with each individual like nothing else. The stigma that's on the beauty industry, that we can't get along, that we are backbiting, all of those things, that doesn't exist in that space. And that is what I love. It's a community of like-minded individuals who are coming to gain insight on how to go deeper in the space with their clients. Because listen, I just want to keep it 100 with y'all tonight, that these clients, your clients, our clients, are out here exchanging their health for hair.
That's it.
I'm going to say it again. They are exchanging their health for hair. Ain't nobody saying it like that. This first time y'all hearing it. That's a Kai Smith thing. I want y'all to
Okay. Voted.
Okay. Noted. That's Kai Smith right there. Shame, because and I say that, and pun intended, when I say it, pun intended, because people lack the creativity, so they will try to jump on your bandwagon because they don't know how to pull their own wagon. And I see so many people when I scroll. I've had to pop so many hands. I'm popping hands because I'm trademark, baby. And I come after you when I see my stuff on your social media timeline. So understand that I'm building a legacy over here, and I protect my stuff. So don't get mad when I'm in your inbox or when I'm sending you a cease and desist, because I'm real about, ain't personal. This is business. So you need to get personal about your business so you can stop coming into Kai Smith's space thinking you can use IDBTC, thinking that you can use all the things that are remotely close. Because if you got that in there, I'm coming for you. and when I come for you, this is a PSA. And when I come for you, I'm not coming for you because I'm hating on you. I'm coming to you because I protected my assets when I brand. And you should too. So this is when we are in business, there are so many things, Marche, that we need when we get in business. We don't just need the tools that we need to operate in our business. We need so many other things outside of that framework that protects our business, like a CFO, like a business lawyer, right? We need somebody to protect all that we're building. And we're out here in these social media streets thinking that people just out here playing games on social media, posting stuff. Everybody else might be, but that ain't what Kai is doing. I'm strategic. So when I post and you see a TM with a circle or you see an R with a circle, that means it's registered, ain't trademarked yet. Don't touch it.
Yes, yes. Your LLC does not protect you, people.
No.
Thank you. Say it again, Marche, in case the people didn't hear you.
Your LLC is not full protection of your business or your brand.
Amen.
And those are facts. So understand that you should take your personal branding very, very personal, right? And because you're building a legacy, that is a footprint, and that is going to lead people to you. Your messaging is everything. Your taglines, your hashtags, all of these things are very important because they support your brand identity. Come on, Chris. So let me ask you, because we out here and we running and we're taking all of these classes and we trying to be known for everything in the kitchen sink, but then we water down the brand. So why does brand messaging really matter? Tell me. That.
One of the things is this, guys, ladies, seriously, you guys won't. You guys need trust, or you need a safe place. Is that right?
Absolutely.
You ladies love to feel secure. Is that right?
That's correct.
And so what brand messaging does, it actually gives the buyer guarantee that I'm safe here. This is a safe place.
That's good.
Help me, Kai. It builds trust and credibility. It establishes a strong presence. It says that you're going to be around. That once I use these services, I'm
Longevity.
They're gonna work for me. And matter of fact, I can go check receipts on your services and ask so-and-so that's used you before how their experiences was. Here's another term for brand messaging. Google, what's the Google thing that y'all be asking for now? When you leave a
review.
Oh, you talking about Google review?
Google review.
Micheline won't go nowhere before she look at all the reviews.
Me too.
You can put up whatever you can put up nice pictures, you can do whatever. But how many of you know them pictures don't really tell the truth of what that review and those words say?
Come on.
And so that is the message. The picture's not the message. The message is what people say about your brand. That's really your brand. That's not what you say. This is when you leave the room. What is the brand message?
It's also because the brand is not what you say it is, it's what people experience.
That's it.
It's what people experience. And the brand experience equals longevity, which is why brand messaging is ideal, because if you don't understand who you're talking to, you're speaking to a whole lot of different people. That means you're not attracting your ideal client to you.
Target audience,
You've casted a wide net. When you really understand branding and marketing, you understand that you have an avatar, and you don't have to have one. You can have multiple avatars, and each one of them should be separated in something different. And you need to understand who that person is, how they think, what's keeping them up at night. What are they Googling? Why are they not getting a solution? What is the perfect solution for them? And see, when you really understand branding, then you start thinking about solutions before the customer even know that they have a problem.
There you go.
You start creating solutions to stuff that ain't even a problem yet. That's how you stay on the cutting edge. And you have to understand your messaging so strongly that the person feel like you've been peeping in their window looking at them. You're talking to me. And for me, I can be anywhere and I can point out my ideal customer. I understand, I know what she look like. I understand how she speak. I understand how she walk. I understand how she thinks. I understand her psychology, which is why I can create content to talk to her.
That's what I was gonna say, girl. You and I is just tag teaming like this, guy. I was about to say, thank you for tagging me in. I was about to say that a consistent brand message will give you or cultivate for you clear visibility and a clear reputation. And it's something that you don't have to be a fake about. You can be truly authentic. You live and breathe, you sleep, you eat this stuff. You don't have to come up with this stuff. You don't have to juggle and say, get caught with the No, this is what I do. This is what I dream about at night. This is when I wake up. This is what I'm finna go help somebody do. It's easy. And I like to talk about Micheline, and she learned something very clear on last week, that everybody ain't for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
That sometimes the enemy will send a distraction, and it's not your target audience. Just to kind of hold you or weigh you down, because he knows that there's something bigger on the way, and I just need them to be able to turn their head for just a second to miss it.
Yeah.
But when you got a consistent brand message, this will detour certain audiences or people, individuals, don't even come here because you know she not gonna be about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kai Smith is coming after you. If you play with my name, I'm cutting your head off.
Okay. Off with the head.
Yeah, I don't chase you for money, baby. We got 4 payment systems. It's coming out. I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna talk with you. We gonna go over this. I'm gonna make sure you and I are clear so that when this transaction happens, we don't have no problems. But if we got problems, we got problems.
But you know what? We can say all of that because I've had a lot of poor experiences. Honestly, I didn't wake up like this. Like I didn't wake up with all the rules. I did not. And I have to be honest because people look at where you are now. They look at where they meet you in the road, right? Like I didn't wake up like this. I have had many traumatic experiences that have allowed me to prepare for this now because I learned from those experiences. Because there was a time, honestly, that I was casting my pearls before swine. And that time wasn't long ago when I first started AHSD, because I was like, oh, I don't, I've not been here before and I don't really know. Are they going to really pay for this? Are they going to really? This is just me being honest because was new territory and I didn't know. I knew I had the goods, but that was a wait and see because it's what people are experiencing, right? Right. And so we're asking for people to separate with their money for this experience. And so I was just like, if you want to come and learn hair loss, then come on and sign up. Right. And that got me in a space with a lot of low-hanging fruit.
That's it.
And I like when I pick my fruit, I got to get on a ladder and I got to get that juice, right? I don't want the one that's at the bottom because everybody done picked and touched on that one. And it's almost getting ready to fall off the tree. It's getting ready to be in a minute. One more touch and it's going to fall off. And so with that said, I was casting my pearls before swine because I did not see my value in that space because I hadn't had anything yet to test it against to see if the industry thought I was worthy enough to spend that kind of money with me in that space. So I had to build up that courage, that confidence. Now I don't bat an eye at you. The program is $14,000. How would you like to pay?
Yeah.
Right? I don't bat an eye at it because I understand what I bring, and it's not just me telling you what I bring. I will let you call any one of my students. Matter of fact, when I'm speaking to someone that is very, very new to the brand, you want to know what I ask? Would you like a list of students that you can reach out to so that you can get their experience? Because my experience is going to be biased because it's my baby, and I'm going to tell you that it's everything. So if you would like to reach out to a person or two, what I can do is I can create a Facebook chat group if you are on Facebook, and I can include them in there and you guys can set up a way to talk. I don't have to gatekeep because I know what I got.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. So we have to create brands that are meant to last, that can that can stand the fire and don't come out in smoke. Right. We have to learn how to do that. But in doing that, I want to talk to you, Mitch. I want to saying that because of your staying power, because you have been in the beauty industry for a very long time.
Yes.
And you have worked with some of the beauty industry greats, and you have learned some masterful things under, especially Mr. Dudley. Right? That's the foundation. That's the core. That's legacy right there. So you understand what legacy looks like and what servitude looks like. And so in all of your experiences, and now you are building and expanding Impulse Summit, how would you suggest a person actually to be able to tap into themselves for that greatness? Why should they come to places like ID or come to a place like Impulse Summit? Why do we need that as beauty professionals? Because some people think I don't need to go to anything like that. I can learn from this. I could just go to this one-off class and I could do that. But why is immersing yourself in a whole 5-day experience, a 3-day experience? Why do you feel like that's necessary?
I'm gonna tell you, it's a couple of things. One of them is reintroduction. A lot of times we don't take the time to reintroduce who we are. People become familiar with who we are, so they don't have to go there. They don't have to get their hair done because they already know, oh, I know who did your hair. They do the same style, curl the same way. They use the same shampoo. So it's called consistency on what they're doing. No one wants to go on that up and down trail of learning and expand themselves and reintroducing themselves and even putting on a new lipstick. Let's just say that every time you are in a mood, I'm gonna tell you, I'll lay my clothes out according to my mood. And that's no lie. I may get up in the morning, I may want to wear joggers, I may, feel like a cute little sweat, or I may want to dress up. But I'm always reintroducing myself because every morning you wake up, that's a new day to show somebody you're going to come across somebody that you didn't come across before. So that time is a new time for you to have a blank, canvas, to start back over, to reinvent yourself, to reintroduce yourself, to let people know, hey, this is what I do. This is who I am. And there's nothing wrong with that. And we have to ask on this line, when was the last time that you really went out and gave somebody your reintroduction? When was the last time you gave somebody your tagline? It's always when we look at McDonald's or when we look at Burger King or when we look at this, they can say, have it your way. You already know who you're dealing with. You already know when you go there, you can have this type of chicken or you can have this at Chick-fil-A. They're always reinventing and adding and subtracting things, but why don't we?
Yeah.
We will stay with the same menu and people will go past you and then go someplace else. And people say, you know what? They must have crack in that Chick-fil-A. No, they don't. They say, it's my pleasure. So they always finding new things and keeping people excited about being around them. How many people are excited about being around you? How many people are glad to see you? When was the last time you walked in the salon? They'd be like, man, you coming here all the time, Jazzy. I love to hear that. Because to let them know, brother, I told them I'm an old school stylist with a new school twist. And the young lady said, I know that's right. Yes, I still believe in shampooing. Yes, I still believe, but I can keep up with the best of them. So I let them know that even though, don't let the 55 fool you. You know what I'm saying? Don't let the age fool you, because I stay with the best of them, because I'm always looking at what's out there. I'm always Chris to say, man, you stay on there and I slide in your DM. You know what I'm saying? It's things like that I'm always looking for, that what people are doing. I took a young lady class that I'm gonna tell y'all, you learn from a lot of people. That's one thing Mr. Della said. You learn from somebody, special need. You learn from what not to do. You learn from somebody broke. You learn not to be broke. You have to learn from everybody. So I took this young lady class. It was $5. She had it for $5 because it was a social media class, right? And this young lady here is very popular, and she real hood. But I had to extract the message.
Yeah.
Right? I had to extract what she was saying. I didn't even turn the camera on, but I listened to what she was saying. See, what we don't take the time to do is go ahead and do your research. There's another word. That research and that reach is so important. That will let you reintroduce yourself a different way. What she had that was valued at $5, and which was more valuable than that, from all the notes that I've taken from her on how to change a page and what it looked like and what to do, and staying consistent. That's one thing about it, is that when you're out there and you're trying to do something new, every 6 months to 3 months, they need to see somebody different. Right? Y'all to see in the last 3 months, what y'all to see me at long bob braids. I had I'm gonna change because I need to always reintroduce myself as well. So it's not just for others. I gotta feel good when I walk out there. I gotta see what's going to be out there that I need to grab hold to better myself. And that's what everyone needs to do. That goes with what Marche is doing. That goes with what Tam is saying, what you is doing. And Chris, especially with Chris, rebranding your look. Don't stay the same, because that means people already know what you look like. They can look, this almost driving down the road. You could drive down your road all day, but if God forbid if somebody put a trash can in the middle of the street, you done with your eyes closed, right?
Right.
It's going to be changes when you back out of your yard every day. So that same route that it says this is the route that you used to taking, and it says detour, what are you going to do? Are you going to get destroyed, or are you going to say, look, there's another way? Yes, the GPS give you 3 ways. What does it say? The fastest, right?
Without tolls.
Right. And then it says this one here will get you in this amount of time. You choose which destiny you want out of those 3 options that they give you to get to where you want to be.
And the tolls usually be the fastest way.
Exactly.
You got to pay the price.
But you got to pay the price. One thing that Chris and I learned in church, it's called pay attention. Anything that you pay attention to, you have paid into it. So if you pay attention yourself, it is paid a payment.
Yeah.
Right. So the tolls cost you. So when you come into around Kai, when you come into Marche, when you come into Chris Tam, or when you come into Impulse Summit, you got to pay the price.
Yeah.
But you're going to get there.
You're going to get there.
You're going to get there.
That's good. That's good.
Can I piggyback on the question? Because it's so important to immerse yourself. Because I've been at Impulse Summit, I've been at IDBTC, and both of them were so refreshing, just to get to be in that space of, around like-minded individuals. That means if you're in a space with like-minded individuals who've invested, that it makes a big difference. It really makes a big difference, because now you're excited, you're refreshed, you're revitalized, you're able to network with other people. Every time I actually go to a major event, I always network with other people, and I meet other people who actually invest in wigging out class. I'll be honest with you, I think somebody at an Impulse Summit had invested in wigging out class. Several people at IDBTC have invested in wigging out class. And so it's not just about them paying into what I do, but it's allowing my purpose to be fulfilled. You know what I'm saying? What God has given me to be able to do. Because if you chase the purse, you ain't gonna get the purpose. You know what I'm saying? You have to chase your purpose. And when you chase your purpose, that is connecting and meeting other people. They're able to, one, be poured into, and then pour into others. It's a saying that Kai has said, and I'm telling you, God, this thing that I've been running with, this thing is, a lot of people say this. They always say, if it no longer serves me, I can't connect. But it should be, if you can no longer serve it, you shouldn't connect. It's a difference. I'm telling you, Kai, I sat on that thing when you said, I said, that thing made some sense, because it's about how I can serve. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a fulfillment. Serving and giving is actually, or releasing and giving is actually one of the most selfish things you can actually do. Because it's a fulfillment, because there's a self-fulfillment that comes from that. There's endorphins that are released that help with hair growth. Come on, somebody. Yeah. But it's so much behind that. And that's why I say it's so important, especially if you've been in the industry 5, 10, 15, 20 years or more, is to connect and get around those people who are like-minded individuals. The word of God speaks about, don't forsake the gathering of the saints. So when you get in those arenas with other people who are in your industry, who are also believers, it's like a power pack. Like, yo, I can do this. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, go ahead.
I may add, not only that, right? It's amazing the experience that you feel amongst those people. But of course, guys, I'm an accountant, so I watch the numbers. Many of my clients are at Impulse Summit. Many of my clients are at CAS events. So at the end of those events, I'm looking at their return on investment, and I see the numbers. I see their earning potential and what they earn when they leave these events. So it's not just going, we love our purpose and getting excited and feeling motivated, but to leave after you've invested in yourself and you see a return on that.
That's it.
I personally see it with my clients. So that's one of the reasons why I'm so involved and love working with Kat, also Micheline, because it's not just hype. It's not just to feel good, to look good, to be amongst your peers. All of that's amazing. It is. We know we operate in our purpose. We are driven to do that. But we also creating a legacy for ourselves, for our community, also see that they can accomplish those goals and reach those potentials as well. So I get excited. Just today, I was on a call with a client that I met at ID, and she was so excited. She was like, Marsha, I've taken many classes. She said, I never execute. She said, but I hired you at ID in Kai event in June. No, January. Was it January? I think it was January. She hired me the first of the, when was the last class? October, I think it was.
October.
Yeah. She hired me in October and we started working together. She said, I've never executed when I left a class. She said, but at that class, she said, I made a decision. I'm going to go and do the work. And in 30 days, she brought home $1,300 just from implementing one strategy that she learned. So guys, I'm not just here just to be here because I love these amazing people. I see what they do and how it benefit them financially, emotionally, physically. Like, I see the work. I see the work is being done. I see the fruits of their labor being seen and shown and pushed out to the world. That inspires me.
I'm a veggie back on something because I stopped eating meat right now. But let me say this. The investment part of something is you're being able to do less people, right? And make more money. I witnessed that. Like you said, when you go back and you implement the things that you're not just sitting in classes, you judging, we don't judge you. Yes, you're in there judging, you should be learning, right? You should be taking all these seeds that people are dropping. They're dropping trees. They're not even dropping seeds. They're dropping trees. They're vines that's going to keep you growing. Now you got to go back and implement them to grow from that. But there's so many people that don't even realize what you surround yourself around. I'm going to say this. On this billboard right here is boutique, baby. Listen, it's different. This ain't Walmart. You can go to Walmart, you can go wherever, but this boutique right here. When you walk into a boutique, you understand it's one of a kind. Maybe 3.
Yep.
Maybe 3.
Maybe
it's
3.
Small, medium, or large, and that's all they got.
Yeah.
But we are the boutiques. You want to be around a boutique brand. Yeah. That's what you want. I don't want just anybody to just pick up a camera and just take a picture of me and say cheese, and they forgot I got stuff on my teeth. I need somebody to pull my hand like Kai did and say, nope, that's not the proper way. Scold you, but understand that it's about growing you. And it's not just about her letting you go and just say, you know what, I got the money. I don't care. No. She'll kick you out of stuff you pay for. Let me say this again. She'll kick you out.
And did.
Listen, it's serious. Marche, like I said, don't play no game. She's like, listen, I'm gonna tell you the truth, not gonna judge it, but and go spit out these bullets and make you sit there with your butt cheeks tight, like good God, right? And then when you talk about Chris, by the time he finished saying you, no, listen, you gonna go and do this live. Like I told him, I said, well, I almost fought Chris last week when he made. I was like, listen, bro, I'm tired. But I was grateful that he went on and you got to have that push person. Tam, when I sat there and I watch her personality, and Tam, like you said, is a great servant. Everyone on here is a servant. Yeah. If you don't have a servant heart, then you don't need to be on this platform. Yeah. You don't need to be around these people here because everyone here will sit there and tie your shoe. Tam tied my shoe in the middle of me doing a presentation. I'm like, I didn't know how to take it. You know what I'm saying? But again, I am my sister's keeper.
Right.
Did I do that?
You know what I'm saying? I am my sister's keeper and my brother's keeper. So that is why you are around people at ID. That's around people that's doing things on this platform here who you want to attach to people like this. Yeah. No matter what they're doing.
And I'm going to just say this because, I don't know nobody. And I'm going to say nobody. I don't know nobody that has at 10 or 12 years old branded their own self with the hanger. Okay. Like I don't know nobody else that is that serious. I don't know anyone else that is that.
I got a scarf running the iron, but that's all I got. I didn't mean to do that on purpose.
I did the eraser.
He wanted to be like Popeye. Popeye was a big brand for him. He wanted muscles and he wanted to be branded. So he branded the CB on his arm when he's supposed to be babysitting his siblings, right? Okay. So we laughing about it, but this was already in Chris at a very young age. It was already there. It was a gifting that was there. So to work with someone like Chris, for me, to work with someone like Chris, he has a way about himself and how he actually puts the thing together. Like he can't duplicate a thing that he do for you, like, because it's pure genius. So when he does a thing, don't come back asking him to do the same thing because he ain't gonna be able to give you that. It's gonna be because it's creativity and he's vibing off of you. He's vibing off of all the other assets that you're giving him to look at. So it's organic. It's not cookie cutter. And that's one of the things. If you guys have been following me for any length of time, since from around 2016 or so, 2017, somewhere around there, Chris has been doing all of my branding for me. That's how long I've been working with Chris. And Chris keeps my brand fire. Now, of course, I got the personality to go with all of the stuff that he's doing, but he awakens it. He brings it to life, which is one of the reasons why he's on the platform at IDBTC, because I know he got the flavor. I know he has the juice specifically for the niche of beauty, for sure. Not everybody can do beauty work. Not everybody is in a position to be able to bring that to life, to tell a story through visual aesthetics like Chris can. I'm gonna just say that. You know, when I look at Marche and I don't work directly with Marche. However, I know too many people that do.
Yes.
I know too many people that do. And some of them I know personally. Right. And so that said, I'm not just talking about something that, oh, Marche said she's good.
Yes.
Marche is a drill sergeant when it comes to your money. You be wondering, did Marche go to work for you and make this money, or did you make this money? Right? Who really went and made this money? Did Marche, did she give me an allowance? Or did I really go and make this money? That's just what I hear, y'all. That's just what I hear, you know?
Yes.
And that's what you want, that kind of CFO that's going to treat this money like it's hers.
Exactly.
You want somebody that can strategize with you when you come and say, you know what, next year I want to be able to purchase a home. Okay, well, there's some things that you're going to have to do, and maybe we can't do it in 12. Maybe we could do it in 18, but let's sit down and let's talk about what this looks like. And maybe we can do it in 12 if I can see where you may be using money in other areas that's unnecessary. If you're willing to make some sacrifices, let's make some projections. Y'all ever heard projections used in the same sentence with your money?
Can I interject right here? I'm glad you said that, if it's okay.
Go, girl, go.
Come on with it.
I definitely wanted to say this before we close out, was preparation. You said that several times, it's been mentioned, guys. And I want to say it's not being political, but please understand me very clearly. In 2019, 2020, we were not prepared. The industry was not prepared for what hit us.
Yes.
We are wise and aware. Be conscious of what's happening in our economy. Make preparation in 2025. Shame on you if you get caught up in the exact same position again the next year. And so I say that to say this to you guys. Everyone that's here on this platform is positioning you, or have the abilities to position you to be better and to be prepared and to be essential. Shame on you if you don't take this time in this season to invest in yourself to be that essential business owner. You need to be seen, as Chris said. You need to be seen and known, not when things are happening, not when the economy has crashed. It's too late. Okay. Right. You see what's happening now. You know you need classes and courses and trainings and learn these different things to be prepared for whatever may happen in 2026. We don't wait until the thing happen again. Yes. History can repeat itself. Yep. Shame on you if it does. So if I know I need an accountant now because there's things I need to be prepared for in 2026. Also, I know it's time for me to file my taxes in 2023, 2024. Am I positioning my business in order to get this grant, this loan, this funding, because I'm afraid to report my true earnings? Am I taking these classes and courses that I need because maybe basic health services may not be an essential? I'm just saying, maybe I may need hair loss because that's an essential. Maybe I need the prosthetics. Maybe I need some additional classes that's offered at Michelin's event. Like, what do I need to position myself for the upcoming year so that I don't get caught with my eyes closed or blindfolds on like I did in 2019? And I'm scrambling to find my way to stay essential, to stay valid in this marketplace. So I'm asking you and I'm encouraging you guys to put some things in place now because we see what's happening.
That's good.
And you have the people here in front of you to make that happen for you.
Yeah, I think that was necessary to be said. It's not about being politically correct. It's about giving people the truth, especially in this space. And I think that was nothing but the truth. We need to get prepared for what's to come. Even, and this is not fear mongering. This is just looking at what it looks like, looking at what's on the table. And we should already be preparing for something. In every season, we should be preparing. We should be shifting, and reprioritizing, looking at things again, looking at your assets, looking at, your liabilities, seeing what is necessary, seeing what's not necessary, making those adjustments. That's not just business, that's personal. Also, that's something that needs to happen in your personal life. And that's sometimes what we're not doing because some of us are saying, I'm not making enough money to do that. If you're making money, it's enough. If you're making money, it's enough, you know, because it's not about how much money you make, it's how you value the money you make. And it's about how much money you keep, because you can make $1 million and still live like somebody that make 30,000, depending on your expenses, the outcome.
Yeah.
So it's not about how much money you're making. But I love this conversation. I want to get ready to close out this conversation. Is there anything that has not been said that one wants to say in this space? Any kind of PSA, just any kind of last remarks? I'm opening up the floor.
I like to talk about this real quick. You know, we've covered trichology, we covered money, and I think that we may need to just touch a little bit on mastery. Okay. And I want to come from this angle, mastery of yourself, especially when we're talking about personal branding and understanding who you are, as far as you being unique in your unique. Y'all see what I just did there? You see that? Unique in your unique. And one of the ways that you do that, and I always said this, that personal branding was trichology of regular or just business branding. Do you understand what I'm saying? Kai, your class, and the reason why you're bringing these individuals here for 5 days in Houston is not just to understand what is on the topical surface level, what you can see with your eyes, but you're training them to go deeper and beyond.
Yes.
And you're also bringing healing or solutions, not with medication, not with a pill that you can pop in your mouth and think, oh, this is going to work. But you're saying, hey, you got to do some things holistically. You got to do some things that you got to work on the inside. You got to change some things the way you do certain things. And the mastery is mastering your self-control, mastering how you think.
Intelligence.
What are you reading? What are you looking at? What are you allowing your ear gates to hear? What are you opening your eyes to? There was a question that you sent in the email. Chris, share with us one of your personal strategies for continuous growth or personal growth. And I thought about that, and I said I could come from this at different angles. Where I go to the gym, I eat right, But what really helped me, Kai, and what I'm really locking into is that I need God every day, and I cannot start my day without Him being head.
That's right.
And the scripture says that if you will acknowledge me in all your ways, I will direct your path.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people need, especially in these times. I know y'all got a little fearful. Oh man, Trump's in office. What are we gonna do? And so you already off.
Right.
Already off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's another Kai Smith coin phrase that she probably got TM or whatever.
Yeah.
Stop chasing the bag and learn how to chase the blood.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's what we get into when we bring you down here for 5 days. You're going to see that consistent fabric of always it's going back here.
That's right.
Once you get this right,
then
this will work out.
Yes.
Right.
But we got to get this piece right.
Alignment.
You got to get in alignment.
Yeah.
You got to figure out what your traumas are, what your triggers are. You got to figure out why you keep hitting this ceiling every time somebody say this. It makes you back off. And Impulse Summit, we are in a place of restoration. God gave us the theme that He's going to restore all the things that the grasshopper, the locust, and the cankerworm has eaten. All those years that we allowed the enemy to just come in and just take what he wants, either by us speaking it or either by us just letting it go because we didn't understand its value.
Yes.
He's going to restore those things because now he's going to focus us and give us better vision. You know what? Why did I let that go? Why did I say that over my life? I got to watch what I say.
Words. Your words.
Do you know that every idle word will be accountable for? You think you just saying something and God ain't writing it down? He gonna say, what do you mean by this right here? Tell me about this. She make you sick. Now what's that? So that's why it's real important for us to understand that there's power here and that there's power of life and death. And this also can wreck you too. It's a dangerous member. I'm through with it, Kyle. You know, I know you'll take it from here, baby. But
well, I don't really have a rant for tonight, Chris. I really don't. I really don't have a rant.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. Listen, baby, I have a low battery on my laptop, but I don't have a rant. I have a low battery on my laptop, so I'm watching this because Kai gonna leave the screen in a minute.
Go get your charger.
Right.
So no, because also I want to respect the amount of time that I requested of my guests in this space. You know, that is big for me that because I have you guys in a group and I said I want to keep you for X amount of time. I don't know what everybody else has, you know, to do. So I want to respect what I've requested for. I'm big on.
You got my consent. You got my consent.
Listen, I'm big on doing what I say I'm gonna do, right? So, and then also, I got stuff allocated. Okay, I got stuff allocated, so I can't be long-winded with y'all tonight because I got other responsibilities as well. Just keeping it real truthful around here. So, but with that said, I want to. I'm excited about what's getting ready to come, what's getting ready to happen in the space of ID next Saturday. We'll be setting up on Friday. We have people flying in for this experience. And God is so amazing that every single time is a different time. Every single time God sets me up to say and do things for that person. It's just like they're the only one in the room. And I really love the way God uses me and my team to be available to the people who are in search of something. They're coming there because they need something. And then I have the educators that you guys who have decided to align with me and partner with me in this thing. And then you bring your genius that then expands them as the person. And that's big for me. I'm big on building the person. Yeah. Forget all of the really, I mean, the skill set is a thing because trichology is my thing, but I want the person. Because I'm going to tell y'all something, that in all that y'all see me doing, this is kingdom business that I got going on with Kai Smith Brand. And I'm doing what God is my boss. And I do what he tell me to do. And how, right? I do and I build and move the way he says move. So when we come in that room, it's all God's business. And I have my schedule and I know exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. But when God says it's my time, I back off that thing. That's right. And we wait until God is finished having his way with that person, because that person thinks they came to get trichology, but they actually came to get what God is going to serve them up in that space. And that's the beauty. That is the beauty, that I leave that space open for God to have the creative control over what it is that is happening in there. And each educator that is on that platform is also filled with that same God. They come and they pour. They come and they pour. And lives are changed as a result of that. AHSD is much bigger than what Kai can do alone. I cannot do this by myself. I'm only one person. Yes. And so you have to make room for other people to come in and share their genius in that space. People who are aligned, because we need to speak the same language. That part. And I'm big on that. I'm big on making sure that I protect the space that God has given me. So if you don't align and I see it's a done deal, because I got to be a good steward over what he's given me. And I'm deaf on being a good steward. I don't expose my people to things that are tainted.
That's it.
Right. And so that said, you guys, we're going to get ready to go ahead and get out of here. And I am going to see y'all. I get to hug on y'all.
Soon, yes.
I get to hug on y'all real soon. But I have, of course, I always got a class going, right? So I can't leave this building without sharing this class, because sometimes people just want money that's ID. Sometimes it's other logistical things. They have kids that they got to be there for. It's other things that are keeping them from ID. So I always like to do something virtual. So Denise, just show the people. Let's put it up there, girl. Go on and give them the business about what we got going on with this master class. What's happening back there? All right. So we have a master class coming up, you guys, on March 10th from 10 to 2. And without understanding systemic health, your response is paralyzed. Beauty pros, I'm talking to you. Without understanding systemic health, your response is paralyzed. Your response to your clients are paralyzed because hair loss equals health loss. That's mine too. Okay. Hair loss equals health loss. And what I mean by that is your clients don't just have hair loss. So if they don't just have hair loss, how are you showing up to them with something in a bottle? That something in a bottle is not getting in their body. And the other thing that's in the bottle, that's a medication, is also not getting to them. So here's the thing. They're Googling, they're going to dermatologists. Dermatologists can't serve them. Why are you going to send them back, redirect them back to a space that has already failed them? You can't keep sending them to a dead end. It's up to you. You got the ear to the streets. You got the ear to the community. You got the hand and to touch the people. You got your foot on the hydraulic chair that's pumping and lifting them people up and down. If you're going to lift them up with substance, lift them up, allowing them to shift their understanding about what is really happening with their body, about why they're not getting a sustainable recovery when they go to the dermatologist. I'm big on this. Am I speaking ill of dermatologists? No. But am I speaking fact about them? Yes. We are not getting recoveries when we seek dermatological support. We are getting pumped with medications that are then going in and breaking down other metabolic processes, causing other illnesses that then contribute to more hair loss. It is a vicious cycle. And regardless to if you signed up for this role as a hairstylist or not, because I can hear y'all now, I didn't sign up for all that. That ain't what I do. I style hair. I ain't doing all that. You know, that's what we say. But you have signed up for it involuntarily because you still holding your hand out, taking these people's money, styling their hair. So that signed you up for it. When you exchanging your time for this money, that signed you up to know better, to do better. So if you need to do better, why not get with your girl? Why not get with AHSD? Come on to this hormone virtual masterclass and get with us on March 10th from 10 to 2. That said, this one comes with a workbook, y'all. I'm actually shipping a workbook out to y'all. So it is very robust. We're going to be talking about the endocrine system as a whole. We're going to be mapping it out. We're going to be mapping out solutions. You're going to understand thyroid, adrenals, pineal, reproductive hormones. You're going to get a vast understanding of the functionality of the endocrine system and how that actually works against your client's hormonal hair loss. Come on with me, somebody.
All right.
So there is a QR code that you can scan. And if you can't scan that, go to my direct page and you will be able to see it. Scan it from there and join us March the 10th. Now, this enrollment is going to be closing out on the 1st of March, because I got to make sure that you get that workbook and that you're prepared to follow us for this 4-hour masterclass. With that said, I hope to see you there. If I don't see you in February for ID, you will see you again, October 2025. We are not doing a June ID this year. So you got to wait to October. Sometimes this is why it don't pay to wait. Yeah. Because some of you were saying, I just get there in June. We ain't having a June one. Now you got to wait till October. So when you snooze, you lose. But this also gives you time to prepare, because we're going to open up enrollment for ID coming up soon. Within the next week or so, you'll start seeing advertisement for ID's October session for our our fall session, and you'll be able to put it on a payment plan, and we'll have an extended payment plan for you, and you won't have any excuses. We'll meet you where you are. All right. So I really appreciate you guys for tuning in and joining us on this Transformation Tuesday. I love y'all. You be good to yourselves, and I will see you soon. Good night.
Good night.
She is a pioneer. She is a front runner.
Who you pouring into and who you need to pour into?
Love her, God. That's the educator.
You made it anyway. Focus on that, not the rest of the stuff. Because y'all gonna be brand new. You understand that? Are y'all with me? Pour into me, D. I don't want you to overflow. Pour into me. I still see clearly, but I still see what? Flaws. Something wrong with every single one of us. I'm standing here as a witness, something wrong with all of us. That we got to change. Point out to other people and nobody will. Pour back in. Picture of what you want in life is in front of you. Watch who pours inside of you. Because they may be getting served, but they may be getting drowned. And understand the